What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another weekly rewind. We've got week 9 here. Jake and I are with Brandon this week.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, how's it going tonight, Shiz? Thursday
You
night
know,
football?
it's going well. I'm excited to Actually, I'm not excited to watch this game. I
Nope,
won't lie.
nobody's excited. Yeah.
But yeah, looking forward to the rewind.
There we go. So let's crack into it, huh? We got matchups this week. We had a pretty good week of matchups going on. They're all fairly close, except for one in particular. We're going to start off with Brandon and Cade here. Tough scenes. So yeah, big dub for you, Shiz. 184 to 144. Popped them by 40 points. Popped them by less than a Joe Mixon.
That's true. Yeah,
You're gonna have
the
to
trade was huge.
you have to
Trade
send
came
Greg
big
some
this
money.
week. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. This was a must win. And Cade actually picked up Tunyon to block me from picking him up because this was a um, Dalton Schultz bye week. And I said, well, whatever, I'll pick up Hurst. And Hurst ends up outperforming Tunyon, although they both didn't play too well. But
Yeah, because didn't Cade pick up Tunyon and didn't Lemons pick somebody up during the
yeah,
rewind last week
pick
too?
up Conklin,
He
who
did.
honestly, I wasn't looking for Conklin anyway. I think he ended up dropping Conklin before
Oh.
the week started. Maybe he didn't, but I'm
No,
pretty sure he
that would
did.
make sense because then he's on waivers for 2 days, so you couldn't pick him up
Yeah,
even
but
if you wanted to.
I was never gonna pick up Conklin. I don't know.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, you didn't really need it with Mixon and Devontae. I mean, Devontae had what, 130 something
100,
yards.
146 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, and 10 catches.
Yeah, he had pretty much all that in the
Yeah.
first half too, didn't he?
17 targets. 17
Yeah, I
targets.
looked at the
Wild.
score and they were up like 20-0 or something like that, and then I look at the end of the day and 20-27 they lost, but Devontae did his job. So
And Laner's busting, watching the Jags get a dub there. Attaboy, Lane.
mhm.
Josh Allen picked up an injury though. He's questionable this week.
Yeah, I know.
Elbow.
It is
Sprain.
scary.
He's not practicing.
Luckily,
but, yeah.
there's never a week you want one of your star players to be injured, but I do play Greg this week.
Oh,
So if
it's
I
bye
do,
week.
yeah, if I do have to pick up a backup quarterback to start, this is the week to do it. So
Speaking of Greg and the Mixon trade, we'll see later if
Yeah.
Greg would have been able to pick up a win, or if he did pick up a win this week. We'll see if Mixon made a difference in
Yeah,
that
TBD.
matchup.
On Cade's side of the ball, ETN had a fantastic game. This is his first game without James Robinson, isn't it?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Well, it might be a
Yeah.
second one actually, and James Robinson didn't play much last week. Either way, back-to-back 29-point weeks.
Okay, yeah.
ETN's been really good, and damn, Kenneth Walker kept his fire going. 30 points, Jesus.
Yeah, and I spoke a bit with Cade. He was a little angry because if you look at the scores for this week, he was the second highest scorer.
Yeah, he
and
beats everybody else.
yeah,
He's
so
3-9.
That hurts.
but hey, it is what it is.
Oh
That's
man.
fantasy.
Yeah, well,
Cade has had a tough schedule with that. We'll see later on in the standings what his points for, but
yeah, no
that's
kidding.
brutal.
And the bench is pretty quiet for you this week, Shiz. A lot of bye weeks, and Garrett
Yeah.
Wilson had a good week. That's got to be pretty good to see.
Yeah, I was
Back to back.
actually going crazy figuring out who to put in my flex between Sanders, Devontae Smith, and Garrett Wilson. I ended up going. I mean, it wouldn't really have mattered unless I went to Devontae Smith, but
It was the right move.
Sanders was a decent option. He's been playing well. Cordell Patterson's back, which I'm excited for because he's been out for a while, and he actually had a pretty good week. So
Oh yeah.
I've been saying it all season. You've got the team with the bench that I'd have a really tough time picking flexes every week.
yeah,
It's a
I
good thing and a
always
bad
seem-
thing.
I never pick the highest score, but I seem to pick the guy that's not the worst scorer either. So I can't be
Good.
too mad with that.
Yeah.
Sweet. So let's bounce over to Greg and George, huh? That was a good win. Getting back on track. 5-3 now. Let's hit Greg and George. So yeah, we've got George. He's still got the whatever that little dude's name is. I don't in his photo. I don't remember what it is
Oh,
anymore.
I'll
Hasbullah.
let Brandon
Hasbullah.
explain.
Yeah, well, so
Hasbullah.
you guys explained it to me a little bit last week, and Brandon said that he
Yeah.
was cracking up over it. And I
Yeah.
looked up some
I think he
videos
actually-
of Hasbullah later in the day.
I believe he just signed a contract with the UFC.
Really?
Oh my
Fun
god.
fact. Yeah, I'm pretty
So-
sure he just did.
Brian, what was
That's
your
insane.
reaction to his voice?
I was honestly, I went in confused and I left even more confused.
It's pretty standard, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
I actually didn't know till recently that he is actually a grown adult. I thought he was
Like a
like a
child?
kid,
Yeah,
but
how he looks.
yeah.
All right. Well, Greg, yeah, I think we can confirm here that Joe Mixon would have given Greg a very confident dub. So that is a very unfortunate timing on that trade. That was just this past week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was. I gave him a first rounder with Brees Hall, which felt like
Otherwise,
a bit of an overpay, but
yeah, it ends up
you know,
working out, right? Hey, who
Just
knows?
gotta,
Maybe
yeah,
just
Joe
gotta win
Mixon.
I'm
this
happy
year.
with it.
Yeah. And hey, Greg would be sitting here on the rewind if he had won that week. So tough for you, Greg. But hey, maybe next week, man. If Josh Allen doesn't play, Greg's team stinks, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Chase Claypool and
MVS.
MVS, especially with because they brought in what's his face? Casey signed that. Oh,
Tony.
Tony, right? So I imagine
Yeah.
Tony's gonna be worked in more and more, and MVS is
Jay-
probably gonna
Yeah,
drop off.
Tony was getting.
Jake- I was gonna say JT's coming back this week probably.
That's true.
for
Yeah,
him.
he's been
Yeah, he was supposed to
practicing.
play.
He was full
Fields-
participant, I think, today. Yeah.
Fields is coming off a big week. Who he's going to end up starting? Well, I won't get into this week's matchup.
Yeah.
Fields.
Kenyon Drake had a very solid week. Damian Pierce kept rolling. Hawkinson had a good week. That's 2 weeks in a row over 10 points for Hawkinson.
On different teams though.
True. I forgot that he went to Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah.
Good start for him then, huh?
Very good start. 9 targets.
Yeah, Greg's receivers are
7,
terrible.
9. Did he have 9 targets and 9 catches? I think he caught
Did.
every target he had. Then efficiency,
Yeah.
70 yards.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Damn.
Claypool. I don't know how I feel about Claypool having to start, but I guess that's just the way of Greg's team.
hmm
Seeing his bench, I mean, Woods has
Yeah,
been a big disappointment this
Oh,
year.
Michael Thomas
Chase is
on
obviously out.
IR. Yeah,
Chase
could be
being
for a
out is
while.
also what pushed my Mixon move. Because I was like, well, I feel like Mixon's gonna have to get a little bit more workload if Chase is out.
Didn't realize how many Bears Greg has now, but yeah. Claypool, Montgomery, Fields now.
Oh yeah.
It's all Bears team.
Jeez. This is a bit disgusting. And Tyler Higbee had 0 points on Georgia's team. Still had an okay week, 28. It was kind of a low week for everybody in general. I mean, Brandon had a good week. Cade's week was solid, but 144 is usually a good week, not a great week. I mean, 144 will usually get you a win, but I don't know, a lot of 120s, 100s. So I suppose this is a good week for George, all things considered. Cup and Jefferson are beasts. Kyler, that new COD, man. It's getting to him.
That is true. That is true.
But hey. All right. Let's move on to the next one. What do we got? We've got Preston and Jake.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy about this matchup at all. I should have won this one. I did win this one. Preston's
Yeah,
team
I
put up
picked you.
103.
Wait, did I pick the winner correctly? Oh, I'm 3 for 3 this week so far.
3 for 3. You were undefeated last week too, is that right?
Yeah,
I
I
think
was.
so.
I was.
Don't let him get
Okay.
hot.
Yeah, you
Okay.
better watch out, boys. Gonna have to
So we
start betting
started
on my
out-
picks.
I believe Goddard was the start on. I think that was the Thursday night game. I honestly don't remember off the top of my
Yeah,
head, but
that
I feel
was.
like Goddard. Yeah, that's Thursday night game.
Yeah,
So
it was.
I was feeling really good with a tight end getting 27 on Thursday. Can't do much better than that.
Mm-mm.
And
Number
then
one tight end of the week.
yeah, Goddard was insane. My team name was it changed to Goddard reference just because of that, and the fact that Rashad Bateman's out for the year now. Sad, so I had to change the team name anyway. But
Yeah, Master
yeah,
Bateman.
yeah, Lamar still putting up 15 points.
Yeah.
I hate to see it after the first 3 weeks of the season. He's just been getting, let's see, 13, 15, 15, 7, 1 week at 22, 15. So, Lamar, you got to do better. But,
Yeah, he's struggling,
know.
man. But it's not like you can take him out of your lineup. I mean,
oh, no, I can't.
just
I mean,
gotta
this
eat
week
it.
I can. He's on bye, but that's about it. I have Dobbs, and he got injured instantly in the Packer game. First catch gets drilled, and he was out for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
So
that
I
was tough.
didn't feel good about that, but Eckler is continuing to do Eckler things. Still really happy I got him. I don't know, scored about a average 128 points. Picked up a win, needed that one. I think I was on a losing streak. Ended that, so I'm feeling good there. But yeah, Preston's team didn't really do too much.
No. Joe
Too,
Burrow
too
was,
scared.
for
No,
putting up
not at all.
42 points. I mean, it's not like Joe Burrow could do anything though when Joe Mixon has 5 touchdowns. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, yes.
I mean, 20. You got to be
Colt on that.
pretty happy with 20 points out of the quarterback when a running back on that team does that.
Looks like we had the best tight end
Yeah,
matchup
Cole
here.
Kmet had a big
Yeah.
game, man. Holy
Matt
shit.
finally did what everyone thought he would do at the
Yeah.
beginning of the year. I know he was
Well,
hyped
At the beginning of the year, everybody was like, "This guy's gonna get all the catches because who else are you gonna throw the ball to other than him and Mooney?" And then neither of them had any catches. But yeah, Kmet had double tutties.
My kicker was able to outscore Preston, so I feel good about that too.
Ooh, Justin
So
Tucker.
that's another big thing. I think I picked up Suck Up this week because I'm pretty sure I had Patriots kicker. I think they were on by. I think that's what I had.
Added him October
I'm pretty
1st.
sure. Either way, yeah. Picked up a waiver wire kicker and
Few
outscored
weeks ago.
Preston, so that feels good.
Yeah, get dub, Preston. I can't give him too much. Yeah, Preston had a lot of guys on bye this week, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
Kittle, Chubb, CD. Yeah, that's, Kmet
guy,
carried,
Kittle.
Yeah, Kittle
Yeah.
probably would have had less than that, honestly.
I
But
can't, I can't even
Chubb's a big
complain about.
miss.
I was about to say I can't even complain about Keenan Allen being out for this one because I've done it a bunch of times and he's just out. It's kind of his thing this season.
Yeah, he's been dealing with,
So-
was it a hammy still? I saw DNP
so.
again today.
Hamstring, yep.
So
I'm trying to figure out why Preston still has Trey Lance on his IR spot. I understand it's an IR spot, but
yeah, you gotta cut
Keeper
that guy,
league.
right? You're not keeping Trey Lance.
no
He's got
shot.
two 49ers on the IR.
Yeah, where
Stocking
you
up.
expect them to be, right?
That's true.
And Preston's gonna need Chubb this week because Aaron Jones might not actually play. Yeah, taking it easy.
From
he
what
was
I'm
limited.
seeing,
I didn't hear that honestly.
I feel like I think he's still gonna end up playing.
You probably will. He
Dylan
be
might get a
limited,
little bit more of the load, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
He's gonna need a lot
Knowing the
of
Green
Chubb.
Bay medical staff, you never know. And I mean, now that the season's kind of dead, do you really want to bring your star running back a week early?
Run the table. This season's dead.
So, yeah, I mean, there goes this game. It's kind of dead.
Big win from Jake.
Yeah, huge
Huge
win for
win.
Jake.
Love it.
Oh, I did get one pick wrong this week though because I picked Lane. Let's go. No, I didn't. Never mind. Oh, hold on. I'm reading this wrong. Okay.
You got every
I
pick
picked
wrong the last
myself.
2
I
weeks.
picked myself. Okay.
Okay.
I was like, no fucking way. Okay.
Oh wait, now that since I have Kadarius Toney on my team, how are you feeling about Kadarius Toney, Chiefs fan over there, Brandon? How are you feeling about
I don't
Kadarius Toney?
fantasy wise, I don't think he's gonna do anything. But he like actual NFL wise to win games, I think he's gonna play a pretty big role.
He does
he
have a
gets
high
he
fantasy
caught-
ceiling though.
No, that is fair. But he's just another deep threat. Just a
Mhm.
good guy to have on your team. Unfortunately, I would have liked him to see him in a Packers uniform in all honesty, but
Mhm. I imagine
Hey.
he'll get more expanded role next year as Andy Reid kind of can work him into the offense. I mean, they just brought him in a week ago, maybe 2.
yeah.
So
And I don't think like Mecole Hardman these last 2 weeks has been insane, especially 2 weeks ago.
I don't
and-
think he's
or-
playing this week. Or one of the Chiefs receivers is out this week. I don't remember which one. I want to say it was him.
I honestly don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So, anywho,
good pickup. It's a good pickup.
This is worth a shot. Yeah, I like Kadarius Toney. I remember watching his college highlights, and this dude's the most shifty player I've ever seen. But I feel like I remember watching that, and like every comment was like, "This dude's going to be good, but he's going to be injured so much because of the way he moves." And I don't know.
Decently
I hope he doesn't get injured, but I saw something that said, I think it was Andy Reid that said if he could pick one player in the NFL to be the best at the game of tag, it would be Kadarius Toney. I don't know if that means anything.
he's
Doesn't
shifty,
mean anything
man.
for fantasy, probably, but I agree with him on that.
I think it means that Reed's gonna manufacture him some touches a few times in the game, right? I mean, they're gonna try to get him the ball in open field and just see what can happen.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's good luck trying to tackle him in the open field, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what it means to me. But as far as a volume play, I don't know. We'll see.
Mhm.
Got to keep those hamstrings safe, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, all right, let's Laner and I, 91 points this week for me.
You needed a
106
win
for
this
Lane.
week too.
I did need a win. Oh, this was the week, man. My team just stunk. Deonta Foreman had a terrible game. He had 23 rush yards, 2 catches for negative yards. Bad. Justin Herbert was pretty bad, but I mean, he was missing his 2 main guys. So what do you really expect, I guess? Olave and Higgins were average. Kamara was pretty bad, but New Orleans was in general bad. Tough there. Henry was beast. Bravo. Evan Ingram picked up a little injury, and he's a Jaguar, so he's going to be really inconsistent. I might start Knox this week, TBH. I don't think I have anybody else.
Maybe no Josh Allen.
True, actually. If
Yeah,
Josh
it
Allen
is.
doesn't play, I don't know if that matters a whole lot, though, honestly. A tight end's usually pretty friendly
Might
for the
actually
backup.
help.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, Knox has been all right. I mean,
Who is
I
the
think he was
backup
injured.
in Buffalo? I didn't even look. I
I have
forgot.
no
it's a
freaking clue.
good question.
Oh, it's Case
It's not
Keenum, I
Trub-
think.
it's-
I think it's Case Keenum.
Okay, I keep thinking it's Trubisky, but he's on the Steelers now because he was on the
Oh.
Bills.
Yeah, it is Casey.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
So,
Guess it could be worse.
yeah, this was a bad
But
week for the
I don't know.
boys. Lazard had a good game on the bench. I was gonna start him maybe, but I was worried about the shoulder injury. Yeah, I wanted to give it a week, so it looks like I can start him. He's been pretty
Yeah,
solid.
actually,
for me, actually.
it looks better that he didn't score that touchdown because I think if he did score that touchdown, that would have been enough points.
Yeah,
So
I don't want to talk about it. Honestly, 14 points here. Ooh,
It would've been
14.6.
it would have been close.
Oh, I would have lost by like 0.3, 0.4
That's what
maybe.
I'm saying. If
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Lucky you didn't
Saved
get that
yourself the
touchdown. It would have
heartbreak.
looked pretty bad.
Although Curtis Samuel on the flex might have made me win by 0.2.
Oh, I have to scroll down a little further for that one.
I don't think I would have done that though. If anything, it would have been Lazard for Foreman. but
Yeah.
Pain. Oh well. I can start Lazard next week. Maybe I'll start Curtis Samuel, but probably not, honestly. If I'm gonna start Lazard, oh shit, I should do that right now. Let me just Oh, he's already in my lineup. Oh, Higgins is on bye this week. There you go. Yeah, I'm starting Foreman again. I'll show faith.
All right.
But other than that, team was pretty stinky. James Conner was mediocre per usual. And Lane's team was pretty much entirely on bye, so it hurts even more. Kirk had a good game after I dissed him last week.
His
2 of
Jag.
Yeah, man. Fuck Kirk. Good game, Laner. This is why you try, man, because you can beat my shitty ass team.
Mostert scored a touchdown, but still only had 8 points.
Did he really?
8.6, yeah.
What did he have, like 5
Wow.
carries? He had 9
He had
carries,
26 rush
yards.
yards and a touchdown. Or
Ooh,
8 points. Actually, before I got Mixon, I offered Lane for Mostert, but
that
he
doesn't
was,
breed confidence.
he's being very stingy. Lane was.
Attaboy, Laner.
Mm.
Make him work for it. You're the reason that Brandon has Mixon, Lane, just so you know.
And Preston also. I believe I offered Preston a trade too.
Oh,
It might have been
that.
for Aaron Jones. I don't remember what it was, but
All right, Nick B and Mike.
I don't need it.
Yeah, that's a tough name, Mike. Manthai's not gonna be
Yes.
liking that. Although we were talking earlier, Preston's team name is terrible and he deserves it.
100%.
Yeah, that is a bad name, Manthai. You gotta get that thing changed. Anywho, Mike did scrape out a win in this one. 137 is pretty solid. Was that third highest this week? 1, 2.
The Mahomes Tyreek Hill stack brought it back to
yeah,
life.
no kidding. Actually, though, yes, because everybody else was terrible.
hmm
Thielen was bad. Darrell Henderson, ew. Gibson finally had his bad week. You were kind of waiting for it after 2 good weeks. Likely was okay, honestly. Juju was fine. The Mahomes,
Juju was good,
Tyreek,
yeah.
Juju stack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bench was James Robinson was solid, honestly.
13.3 against Buffalo.
Just look at
Yeah.
that New England defense. I'm looking at the New England defense. Wow.
Yeah, if you're getting 30 out of your
Yeah.
defense
And
and you're
losing.
not coming out with the win, that's a tough look.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Kelsey had a great game. Hurts was a bit sad, especially against Houston. And-
McCaffrey on bye obviously doesn't help.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Josh Palmer on the bench hurts a bit, especially when you see DJ Moore with 4 points. I mean, Palmer was the one this week. You probably could have gotten. You definitely could have made the argument for it because I don't think DJ Moore. I guess he had a big couple weeks. Yeah, respect. Gabe Davis just does that. And it's kind of his MO, is put up 40 points and then put up 5 points.
Yeah,
So-
the Buffalo
Yeah.
offense just didn't look great that game at all.
No, Josh Allen looked bad.
Hmm
Yeah, Jeff Wilson's on the bench for Nick. Had a better game than Mostert.
Kelsey doing Kelsey things
Mhm.
again, as he
Yeah.
is had 1 week scoring under 15. That's pretty wild, and he scored over 20 over half the weeks, I believe that is. Just about half the weeks. It's
Yeah, that's
Kelsey doing Kelsey
another
things.
elite season from Travis Kelsey. He's going to be fighting with Mark Andrews for tight end 1 spot, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Probably win it. How's Andrews been doing
Yeah.
this week? Or this year?
Is Andrews out? I
Yeah, he's hurt.
thought Andrews, yeah, is he out?
Well, so I think they're on bye this week, and he missed last week due to injury.
Oh, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
likely.
He
Yeah,
might
'cause-
have missed this week anyways, though, so it's kind of a good timed bye week for them. We'll see. I don't remember what the injury was. I want to say it might have been a hip, but that could be mistaken. But anywho, yeah, this was a pretty close game, but also
Matchup of the top 2 teams. I just realized that.
oh, was it really?
Lemons,
Oh yeah,
Lemons, I was gonna say Lemons has to feel really good. Saquon in the bye,
true.
Debo on the bye, pulling off a win.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And taking a shot on Likely. Imagine benching Kyle Pitts over the waiver wire pickup. Come on, Mike. I gave you Pitts
Hey, it
to
worked.
use
Yeah,
him.
that is a sad move.
I gave you Pitts to use him, Mike. How does it feel?
Didn't he just have a pretty solid game? I'd have to look, but I feel like he
Yeah,
just
he
had
did, yeah.
a solid game the
Yeah,
game
he had
before.
19 points last week.
What a bold move.
That's because he sucks. Well, Pitts is great, but Atlanta sucks. So, hey. Anyways, those are the matchups for the week. Let's hit the standings quick. So, Mike won that game, so he'll be on top. 8-1. Very solid record. I mean, that pretty much guarantees playoffs, right? At this stage of the season.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I would say so.
Nick's got to feel pretty good about his chances, too. Pleasure doing business with you. This is you,
Yeah,
Brandon.
it is. See, it was supposed to be me shaking Greg's hand with
with
Joe
Joe
Mixon
Mixon.
sitting in between. But I couldn't
That's
get the
filthy.
picture to fit. I didn't have time. I'm gonna try to edit it after this, but
Yeah, you should be able to just scale it down and slap in the middle.
mhm.
If you have problems with it, you can send it to me. I'll send it right back. But yeah, so Brandon's top of the 5 and 4 teams. We got 3 of them. 13,
Top of the
21.
league in
Yeah,
scoring
top
as
of the
well,
league
I
in scoring.
believe.
Very nice. Yeah, this week helped a lot.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, that was
you've got to be
nice.
up there for points against too, huh?
Yeah, I
second
believe
in the
just
league.
Greg, just behind Greg.
Poor guy. You know what though? Greg deserves it because he hasn't broken 1,000 yet. Even though I've barely broken 1,000. And yeah, I don't know. You know what's actually crazy is Greg and Lane have a difference of 40 points, and Lane has 4 wins and Greg has 0.
Oh,
That's
and
really
then we talk about Nick and Cade then
Oh
after
yeah,
that.
true.
Cade still has more points
12
than
30.
Nick on the season.
Yeah, that is tough.
What's really sticking out to me is how Manti has only made 4 moves the whole season. That is impressive.
Yeah,
To
you
say the
know,
least.
Nick
One
had
of them just
0 for the
happened.
longest time.
Yeah, I remember that, and he's stepped up the moves. Nick hasn't spent any of his budget as
True.
well, which
If
And I
it ain't
see
broke.
Manti spent $2.
Greg has spent almost all of his budget.
Yeah.
No, it's not working out.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about Greg's spending habits in a little bit, I think. Yeah, so we've got Brandon and George. George, fall from grace, man. Wasn't George fighting it out for the top of the league a little bit ago?
He was.
Tough.
I was up there too.
And
For a
Jake, yeah,
while.
damn. And
It's
then
it.
me, Manti, and Lane are at 4 and 5. We're gonna be fighting for that last playoff spot. It looks like. And hey, Cade's in the fight. He's only one game back, and his team is probably much better than ours given his points for.
He wins the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
so.
he does win the tiebreaker. That's true. Well, Manthai could have something to say with a tiebreaker.
True.
That's fair.
Yeah. Greg, we know where Greg is these days. So, let's pop over to the best players of the week, and then we'll do transactions. We had Justin Fields at quarterback, who was a free agent, 52.72, and I want to say that I saw he broke Michael Vick's record for like most rushing yards in a game by someone who threw X number of yards. I don't know if it's in. Let's see. It doesn't look like it says, but yeah, he had a crazy game, and I believe he broke Michael Vick's record of rushing yards in a game at some point.
It is the most regular season rushing yards in a game.
Just rushing yards. Okay.
Yes.
By a quarterback, I assume.
Yeah. Back in a game, 100.
So I'll just read the stats for him. He had 123 passing yards, and then he had 178 rushing yards.
Jesus.
So he had 3 passing touchdowns. Oh, stat went away.
How many rushing?
And then he had 1 rushing touchdown, which I'm kind of surprised he only had 1 rushing touchdown off 178 rushing yards. But I did see the highlight that he had like a 60-yard touchdown. Yeah, that was crazy.
So kudos to him. It looks like
only sacked twice.
Well, that's got to be a record for him.
Yeah.
Actually, though, it might be.
Probably.
And obviously, a running back, we had Joe Mixon with almost 60 points for Brandon, 59.1. Brandon also had Devontae Adams, 39.6. He led the receivers, so there's the big week from Shiz right there. Jake had Dallas Goedert, 27 points, or half of the top scoring players were owned by people in this rewind, and I own 0 of them, so good work, guys. Nick Folk, back-to-back top kicker weeks. Cade picked him up. And the Patriots defense had 29.5. Nick B wasn't enough to get the win, but good week nonetheless. Transactions. We had a little bit of action this week, huh? We had let's go back to the beginning, huh? What was that, November 4th? Kenyon Drake at the waiver wire, and then I think he had a good week this week. Looks like Greg picked him up before the week started. 6th. Is that Sunday morning? Yeah, Greg picked him up for $15.
It was a good move
off.
too.
Yeah, he had a good week this week. He had 25 points. Very nice. I picked up a defense. Lemons picked up Likely and tossed him in the lineup. Yeah, you're right. He did cut Conklin on Sunday. Let's see. Oh, hey, Manthai finally cut Trey Lance. He listened to you, Shiz.
Oh, he did cut. Yes.
And we had this Justin Fields pickup by Greg. And if I head over to the Fab offers on this one, which I just learned how to do, we had 4 teams bidding on Justin Fields, one of which was Jake Jorgensen over here with $22. Greg lays down the perfect bid to win Justin Fields. Because when you drop $25 on a player, there's a pretty decent chance you're overspending.
I've seen people bet I've seen them bid $20-$25 on players that nobody else has even bid on.
Exactly.
It's pretty common, but this paid off for Greg. I needed this pickup. I'm not someone who usually rosters 2 quarterbacks, so this is my Lamar bye week, and I'm looking at the quarterbacks and like, holy crap, Justin Fields is not owned. I mean, I guess I can't be too surprised, but I still was a little surprised that he wasn't owned. Went there. I decided to bid and put a decent amount. I could have spent more, as you know now, but obviously I didn't know that Greg was going to go at him. I had a good feeling that Cade was going to bid on Justin Fields because I would have done the same thing. Had I seen Cade had the quarterback on bye, I would have done the exact same thing. And I was pretty sad to see that Greg spent 25 on him, but I have to respect the fact that he's got to get that first win.
Yeah, he's got to go for it. He's got to get on the rewind.
It's very possible. So I ended up picking up. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say no disrespect to Greg, but this is honestly the highlight of his season. The well-executed bid. I'm
Shots.
No disrespect.
He's right though. Yeah, I mean, can you argue with it? When you haven't won a game, it's not like any of your matchups have been highlights of the season. And he just traded
Sure.
away Joe Mixon, who dropped a 60 bomb.
All skill, all skill right there. I picked up Stafford, and I'm like, Stafford hasn't had a great year by any means. But I had to pick up somebody, and
Hmm.
today I got the news that he's not practicing and he's got a concussion. So I don't know. Might be in some trouble here. Not excited about that. And then I've got Stephon Diggs as my other, one of my best players, and Josh Allen might be out. So we'll
Yeah,
give a
Jake's in
little
a tough
preview
spot.
for the next week. But yeah, tough time right now.
Ooh, Greg also splashed the cash on Mecole Hardman, who I swear was ruled out. He did not practice today. Maybe that's when I saw. So Greg spent $10 on Mecole Hardman, and he's not gonna play this week. It sounds like that might be a questionable one, Greg. But the Justin Fields was a good one. So kudos. Uh, George spent $10 on Dallas. I guess they play Green Bay this week. Fair enough. Jake dropped some money on Jalen Warren for Pittsburgh. Oh, Manthai finally did it. This is the week where his kickers have a bye. Both Justin Tucker and Evan McPherson. So he cut Evan McPherson, picked up Graham Gano to stick in the lineup. Spent $1 on him even.
Oh,
Graham Gano
You know,
better
somebody
have
else.
imagine he has negative points this week.
If you look at Gano's game log, he's at double digits.
Yeah, he's been
Weeks this
very
week?
good. One,
Is
two,
that
three,
5
4,
weeks?
5.
Wait,
5
5
weeks.
weeks. My apologies.
Yeah, I saw Cade. Cade tried to pick up Gano also, but he put
$1
not a
down.
single. He put $0 down. So
Yeah.
huge miss. from
Manthai's
Cade there.
dollar was big then, huh?
Huge miss.
Had a boy,
Spend them while
Preston.
you got them.
Let's see. Cade picked up Matt Gay, cut Nick Folk. Hey, back-to-back top scoring kicker of the week, Nick Folk. Oh, he's on bye this week. Tyler Algier finally hit the waiver wire. I don't really know why, honestly. He's been fine. Startable.
Warren star Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy's actually had a good season fantasy wise, like a consistent season. If you look at his game log.
Consistently mediocre.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Point
that's fair.
points.
It's a good bye week quarterback.
He won't kill you.
It seems
yeah.
to be very low risk
Mhm.
with how he's
Yeah.
played.
I'd agree with that. Although no Kittle might hurt him a bit. I mean, I know he didn't have Kittle last week. Oh, they didn't even play last week.
Didn't play last
Yeah,
week. Yeah.
true. Odell got picked up by Cade. Cool. Jake
Interesting.
picked up Stafford. Oh, that's the guy, huh? Isn't Stafford in concussion protocol right now? Yeah, he is.
Yep. That just announced today, so that's exciting.
Uh-oh, Jake.
We might need a moment of
Yeah.
silence for the Bateman on this
Yeah.
one. Rashad getting
You really
dropped.
hate. Oh my god, I'm sad about Rashad Bateman. I was really high on that dude going into the season.
He's saying
Yeah,
He had a
he
good
started
week
off
one, I
with
believe.
well.
he started
Week
off with
1 and
16
2.
and 26.
Oh, I was feeling really good with the Lamar Bateman stack. Oh my
Yeah, how does
god.
it feel now, Jake? Fall from grace, man.
Yeah, we almost went below 500 there.
Brandon
would've
picked
been
up the Giants
tragic.
defense playing the Texans this week.
And then I
Respect.
dropped them.
Oh, did you? Yep, you did for the
Yeah.
Saints. Yep. They played fair enough. They played Pittsburgh. Yep.
Yeah, it's
Greg picked up
50-50.
the butt fumblers. Picked up the Jets. They play the Patriots. I don't know, man. That could be a New England smackdown there. Alec Pierce was cut. Yeah, fair enough. He had 3 points last week. Alec Pierce is pretty bad. And Mike picked up the Giants defense that Brandon cut, it looks like. And he dropped
Yes, sir.
Baltimore defense, who is on bye this week. Why is Baltimore projected for 14.5 points against Carolina? Is Carolina that
just-
bad right now?
I just noticed that as well.
Like, that's
Wait,
so.
what did you say against Carolina?
Baltimore defense is projected for 14.5. Not this week, the next week.
Oh, I was going to say.
Right as you say that, I bet you everyone listening is making bids on Baltimore right
And
now.
that's why I'm
14.
driving up the bid. I know Greg only has $5 to spend, so if you
Oh, I'm
spend
bidding
$6, you'll
for
beat
the
Greg.
rest,
Yeah.
rest
I'm
of the
betting
season.
7.
Greg
I don't-
should be making some trades for FAB.
That's kind of
just
outrageous.
because.
So real talk. Carolina benches PJ Walker?
PJ Walker.
Yeah, they benched
That's
PJ
a
Walker
legend.
last week because he's terrible. And they stick Baker in there, who has a fine game. He played well. And Now they announced that PJ Walker is going to start again this week, and I'm just confused. Why would you do that? I don't know. Seems like a weird move to me.
You know, and this is gonna go out, and PJ Walker is gonna have thrown 4 touchdowns this week. And
Well, you're welcome, PJ.
Yeah.
Let's check the matchups this week, and then we'll get out of here, huh? Let's start with we got me and Nick B this week. Ooh, that's tough because my team's looking a little stinky right now. I'm gonna take Nick B to win. Personally, I don't have a whole lot of options.
Nick B, yeah,
He is starting
he's got
Melvin
no
Gordon.
defense in there right now yet. Either.
I guess Ramondre. Oh, that's true. But I mean, it's Thursday. You can find defense on the waiver.
No, I know. Yeah.
Ramondre's on bye, which is kind of nice. So looks like he's starting Melvin Gordon this week. He had 14 points last week, but it was the Jags. So not last week, 2 weeks ago.
See, if I was Nick, I would honestly give. Nah, I was thinking maybe
Wilson.
Jeff Wilson a run out.
I'd almost consider
don't
the same
know.
thing, honestly. I don't think you're wrong.
Just
I
had
also
16
would-
last week.
I would consider Palmer as well. But
Only if
over,
He's got DJ Moore in the Thursday night in the flex. I don't know if I
Oh,
like
that's
that.
a rookie mistake, Nick B.
That is-
He's not going to see this by the time 7:15
No.
rolls around. Just
Oh,
saying.
he won't. You're not gonna post it until after it starts too. I bet.
That's true because it takes a while. It takes a while to render on YouTube.
Intentionally, I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it back real quick, even if it finishes. No, it takes like an hour to render.
Yeah.
Sometimes more. But yeah, so I don't feel very good about this one if I'm gonna be honest. McCaffrey scares the shit out of me. I need Kamara and Derrick Henry to do their thing, but Henry plays Denver, which is a tough defense to go up against. Kamara plays Pittsburgh. I know Pittsburgh isn't the defense they used to be, but they're still Pittsburgh. Foreman scares me. I don't know. I've been tossing around between Foreman and like Curtis Samuel on my bench. I've been tossing around between Knox and Ingram in the tight end spot. We'll see. Might just leave Ingram in there. They play the Chiefs. They're going to have to put up points, right?
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
We'll see. Herbert with no receivers kind of stinks, but especially against San Fran, that might be a tough one. But I'm not going to change it. I got to ride or die with my guy. Not like
Yeah, I like that play.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the Minnesota defense I can cut, but it's not like Justin Fields is on the waiver wire to pick up, so.
How much would you have bid for him? Not 25,
How much
not
do I
26.
have?
Play that.
Probably not, no. Maybe like 8.
Yeah.
I have 74. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I hate to say it, Shiz, but I don't think I'd pick your side in this one. Just looking
No.
across the board here.
I'm moving on. We got Brandon and Greg next week. So Brandon, possibly without Josh Allen, we'll see there. Do you have a quarterback on your roster?
No,
do not.
I'm actually gonna look to make a move.
But if Josh Allen doesn't
back.
play, you can slap him in the IR and pick somebody up Sunday morning. So there's that.
might have to pick up his backup. Good old
Case Keenum.
Case
Case.
Keenum.
Yeah, honestly, he's a pretty good backup. And the Vikings' pass defense is pretty terrible. So
Yeah, I'm
Might
pretty
not be a
sure
bad
the weather for that game is not supposed to be great.
is it?
Yeah, there is a chance of rain and snow.
Yeah, but
and it's gonna be
they're
cold.
they're in
Quick
Buffalo.
pass to Diggs. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Greg starting Fields this week against Detroit. You might be a little scared about that, honestly.
I know. I see. Detroit defense
It's
played
terrible.
weirdly last week against the Packers.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's
Packers got in the red
Packers.
zone a lot. They forced a lot of turnovers. I don't really trust them to do that again this week. So
It might have been the 3 interceptions Rodgers threw in the end zone.
yeah, I am actually increasingly worried as I look at this matchup. You'd think this would be an easy win playing.
It's a
Brent,
trap
but-
game.
He's got the
It is a
Fields
trap
Claypool
game.
stack, boys. You
I
better
see
watch
they had
out.
me as a 70% favorite. If I was a betting man, which I am, I would
This is a
honestly
trap
look to
game.
take them.
I'm taking you big time, man. Cordell Patterson is back,
This is the
baby.
biggest trap game of the season, in my
See,
opinion.
Devontae could
Yeah.
stink this week.
I'm
against the
still
Colts. Oh,
debating
shit.
whether or not to put Actually, no, I'm not still debating that. This game's in 20 minutes. I was gonna say I'm still debating putting Sanders in there over Patterson, but I think I'm gonna rock with
I'd ride
Patterson.
Patterson. Carolina's defense.
Pause. Pause.
You know, you guys have convinced me though. I'm going with Greg in this one. I'm feeling it because here's the thing: Brandon's side of the ball, right? He's got Josh Allen. If he plays, he'll be fantastic. If he doesn't
my
play,
gosh.
that's gonna be tough. Adams plays the Colts. The Colts defense has been pretty locked down, regardless of their offense. I mean, Dalvin Cook plays
JT's
in
back as
Buffalo.
well.
It's free money, says Brian. It's free money. Trap game's free money.
Dalvin Cook
JT
plays
is back.
Buffalo. Yeah, JT's back. Yep. Dalton Schultz plays Green Bay. You can say what you will about Green Bay as a team, but their defense has not let up a whole lot of points.
Thing I am liking though is I see Greg does have 3 Bears starting, and the odds,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, they
likelihood
play
that all
Detroit.
Let's
3
ignore it.
go off is
Yeah.
not the highest. But then again,
It's probably
if
the
Claypool
highest it'll
goes
be all
off, that means
season this
Fields will
week.
probably go off.
Oh man. And to be fair to Greg, his bench, he doesn't really have any other options. He's got
I love
youth
the
he can toss in there if he
The
really
triple,
wanted
he's got
to,
the
but-
triple QB.
I was about to say, I love the fact that he traded you Mixon and Mixon's on the bye against him.
That
I
was-
always like seeing that.
Yeah, you planned that out, man. Mixon's not allowed to play against Greg. I mean, Dameon Pierce is solid, and I mean the Giants have been good this year. Don't get me wrong, but Pierce has been a machine. JT's back, and the Raiders' defense isn't nothing to go home about. Montgomery Fields and Claypool play Detroit, so we'll see. Mecole Hardman plays the Jags. If Mecole Hardman's healthy and plays, I don't know. I don't know if I like Mecole Hardman honestly because
Yeah, he's been
the fourth
playing
option on
well,
that team.
but I still would not start him personally. But Greg, keep him in there.
I mean, who do you start though if you're on Greg's team? He's got Jahan Dotson who might play, and I mean he's a
Nope.
rookie.
Yeah, fair.
can't
Honestly,
stop
with the options he has,
I mean, can you
Mecole
start
might be
Robert
the
Woods?
best
He goosed last week and had 2 points the week before, and that's it. End of story.
You just hope all you need is that 70-yard touchdown, and you're happy.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course.
Honestly,
That's literally all he wants. That's why he's got Hardman in the
should I
lineup.
take 5 points out of Hardman?
Hey, I mean, I'm pretty sure Hardman scored 3 touchdowns a couple weeks ago. It says he only had 1 touchdown, but I'm pretty sure he had 2 rush touchdowns
Oh,
and a
really?
receiving
Yeah,
touchdown.
yeah. Well,
against
4
San Fran.
catches, 32 yards. Yeah, he must have had more. Right?
Because
Yep, I see 2 rushing touchdowns.
yeah,
You never know, man.
Steven.
I'm taking Greg, and I'm ready. Although the Seattle defense
can't-
in Tampa, I know Tampa's stinky. Yeah, you know Tampa's been stinky.
I'm still
Send
gonna
it.
back my boys to win this game, but I would not be surprised if I lost to Greg. Which, if you told me I was playing Greg initially, I would be very surprised. But
Greg, HMU, man, we got to get you on the rewind. Get this dub.
I can't talk myself into picking Greg in this one, but I guess if Josh Allen's out, maybe.
I can see
I
a
don't
lot
know,
of
I-
Brandon's
I
players
don't
putting
see
up
it.
4 points.
Putting up what?
4 points.
Really?
I mean,
Yes.
I think Devontae and
Yes,
Dalvin
but-
Cook could both drop single digits pretty easily. I mean, they could also be totally fine, you know, because they're great. They're Devontae Adams and Dalvin Cook, but they
I mean-
have really tough matchups.
when you look at Devontae, yeah, that's fair. I feel like
And
Devontae's had
been
a
consistent.
in my head he's had a bad season, but then you look at the game log, he hasn't really had too bad of a season.
He's had 2
Like you
games
take
in
away the
single
1
digits.
point. I mean, he had 30
Yeah.
a couple weeks
2 bad
ago,
games.
30 last week,
Yeah.
17 and a half, which is like the average,
fine, yeah,
maybe a
nothing
little
wrong with
bit
that.
under average for Devontae. But
You just
One
didn't have a
actual
touchdown in that
bad
game.
game.
Yeah.
One actual bad
And wide
game.
receivers
Two
do that.
are
And
okay.
to be fair, they got shut out in that game. So it's not like he wasn't scoring fantasy points and somebody else was. It's just nobody was. And Darren Waller is on the IR and Hunter Renfro's on the IR. So Devontae's the only guy.
I like Waddle to go off this week as well.
Browns,
Waddle's
yeah.
been
New Orleans defense, they're not great or anything, but they're playing Pittsburgh. You can get 13 from that. I can see it.
Could. You could also get 3.
You could.
Yeah, that's fair.
You could.
I didn't realize the Seattle Tampa Bay game's the London game this week.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that too.
8:30.
Is it the last
I expect
overseas
Tom
game?
Brady to show out in London.
You
That's all I'm
do?
saying.
I think he's going to
Oh,
stink,
yeah.
and I think Seattle's going to win.
He's gonna show those English fans what football really is.
Oh, wait.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Let's move on over to Cade and Jake. Ooh. Oh, this is a close projection, huh? Half
Close
a
projection,
point.
but I'm not feeling good looking at
Yeah,
it. I gotta be honest.
Stafford. I mean, Arizona's a good matchup, but Stafford might not play. Jimmy Handsome against the Chargers. He'll get you 18 points. AJ Brown could pop off. Stephon Diggs also could pop off, although missing Josh Allen would hurt.
Yeah, so
I
it's like
imagine
Stafford.
no matter who the
out.
quarterback is, they're still going to throw the ball to Diggs, you'd think.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm really scared about this one.
Metcalf
We
and
both know what
Cohen.
Kareem Hunt can do. Getting like 2 points, very possible.
Yeah. I mean, Metcalf will outscore
Right now,
Tony, you'd think.
Right now, I've got a tight end in the flex.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gerald Everett's
I'm
pretty
probably
good,
not going
though.
to keep it, but I did last week. Actually, I think I had him in the flex. flex too.
Yeah.
I probably would keep it if I look at your bench, honestly.
It just sounds funny. Just sounds funny to have a tight end flex.
Yeah, I mean, if Keenan Allen plays, obviously he's in your lineup, but
Cade's
Everett's
got a lot
been
of
okay.
names. It's got a lot of names. I don't know. Looking at just kind of doing a quick glance at Cade's team, I would not guess that our projections are the exact same.
yeah, it's true.
But his team is pretty kind of top heavy. Looking at it, I don't know.
He's got a couple.
Etienne's
You guys have a
playing
big
really
London
well. He's
presence.
got that Chiefs defense as well. He's playing against Etienne. Could have another big week.
Is that 3 players in the London game this week in this matchup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a big one, huh? You guys are going to be getting up bright and early for that one. I mean, Etienne and Kenneth Walker have been stud muffins lately. AJ Brown has basically caught as many touchdowns as Aaron Rodgers has thrown all year.
Yeah.
It is actually surprising to see the projection this close with you having Tony only having 7.8 in the projection
It's
in the
because
lineup.
I know.
Jake has Eckler and Diggs.
It's just Eckler and Diggs, but I think Diggs is it's gonna be adjusted.
If Josh Allen doesn't play, Diggs
Josh
will drop
Allen's
down,
out.
yeah.
If
I personally
if
kind of think he
Hardman-
does, but
if Hardman doesn't play, I like the Tony play even more because Chiefs are gonna, I think, want to get him touches. It's gonna be
It's hard for him to underperform when it's
Mhm.
7. That's what I'll say.
that's true. There's always 6.
So he can't disappoint me too much. Oh my god, if he scored 6, I'll be so sad.
He had 3
Yeah.
last week, to be fair. It's not like you can expect him to be that great. I mean, I know he's
No, I'm
getting
not
eased
expecting
in and
much
all that,
from him.
but
We'll
Yeah.
see. I would not bet on myself here, but you know, Cade's been unlucky so far this season, so maybe he'll be unlucky one more time.
I'm believing in Cade Kaler this week.
yeah. I think I would also have to pick Cade.
Starting Mooney against
But
the Lions.
Best of luck.
Pretty much
both of
every
you.
single Bear on the offense has been started this week against the Lions. So if the Bears get destroyed by the Lions, that would really kill some lineups this
Could
week.
see some
And
low
I-
scores this week.
Also, I just realized that Cade has 3 quarterbacks on the roster right now, and I'm wondering if, when he went to pick up Fields, if he was going to drop one of those quarterbacks, or if he's going to drop someone else and hold 4 quarterbacks just so I
Who did he
would
drop
have
for
less
Garoppolo?
options. Oh, did he just pick up Garoppolo?
Yeah, he picked up Garoppolo this week.
Okay, I was wondering. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I just noticed Mooney over Pittman is a bold move. I mean, again, Detroit defense is pretty.
Yeah.
Shaky,
And Mooney's been
so
okay.
it's not a good
Pittman's
play.
been inconsistent. Give me the guy.
I
against
would-
Detroit, right?
I feel like Brady's gonna. I don't know. I've been
He's
saying
just
this
holding
every
him
week,
second.
where I feel like I've been saying every week. I feel like the Buccaneers/Packers are gonna just have a blow up week one of these weeks, but it hasn't happened. So it's probably not gonna happen again this week. But I would start
Yeah.
Brady if I was Cade. But hey.
Oh
Rest
yeah,
in
I
peace.
forgot. Keenan Allen's still probably not going to play the next. I don't know if you guys mentioned that or not, but probably
Yeah.
Keenan Allen will be out again.
Yeah. I mean, if he's not, then he's in your lineup.
That's-
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna miss
And
another
then
week or
if
two.
he was in, then I'd have to decide between Tony and Everett, and I guess I'd have to kind of go with Everett. But then again,
Mhm.
I don't know. Well, yeah. So you both got Cade.
Yeah, I think I
I'd be-
do.
I'd be
It's
Yeah.
close though. This one can
Actually,
go
you know
either
what?
way.
For the sake of being fun, I'm
Do
gonna
it.
switch my pick. I'm switching my pick to Jake.
Attaboy.
Yes.
Cade's been getting unlucky. And-
yeah, it's true.
I think it might just be one of these.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. Cade's just been
Yeah.
unlucky, so it's very possible.
I could see I see the projection is 122 to 121. I could see those scores flipping around.
Yeah.
Or Jake ends at
Oh,
122.
by like
Cade ends with
1
121.
Ooh.
Shit.
Something like that is just seems to be what's happening to Cade recently.
Alrighty. Let's do Lane and George. Laner's got Tua, who's been on fire after his injury. He's doing his thing. Tua's been great this year, you know that? Kind of shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, healthy Tua is
Godwin,
a beast.
Amon-Ra, Pollard, Swift. Is he banged up seriously or
He's
practice on
been banged
Thursday?
up like
Yeah.
every week it feels.
Yeah. Yeah, give me George in this one. I don't even have to look at George's lineup. I just have to look at Lane's. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, seeing Gasecki.
Well, Lane might not have said it
Playing
yet, though,
against-
because he's got Ayuk and Najee and Deontay on his bench. Granted, Najee's been
Najee
bad.
isn't an automatic start anymore.
No, he's
sadly.
not.
Yeah.
And honestly,
That's where the Jalen Warren
I
pickup
think I'd
came
start
from.
all of those guys in Lane's lineup over Najee. Ayuk
I
could hit
saw
the
a
lineup
stat.
though.
I forgot the exact number, but it said that Najee has not had a single 20-yard rush this season. And I think he was close to 100 or maybe 100, just over 100 carries. Not a
Hmm.
single 20-yard rush.
Damn.
Not a good look.
No, I think I'd start Ayuk over Amon-Ra personally, but I understand starting Amon-Ra.
I mean, Lane has a little bit of a chance. Cup
Yeah.
against the Cardinals if Stafford doesn't play. I mean, Cup seems to do Cup things regardless. I mean,
Yeah, he'll be fine.
I would trust him without Stafford as well. But the
Who's the backup
Vikings
there?
in Buffalo.
I don't know.
Anybody know the Rams
Oh,
backup?
Jefferson's gonna do.
Couldn't tell you.
I
I can
mean,
look.
George has Cup and Jefferson. Fournette will probably be okay against
John Wolford and
Yeah.
Bryce Perkins.
I recognize
so
that
some
name.
no names, huh? You do?
John Wolford has started 2 games since 2020.
Jesus.
I recognize that guy.
Yeah, well, if that's the case where Stafford's not playing, I mean, Cup will be fine, but I wouldn't want to start Higbee.
Oh yeah, you'd have to. Well,
And Andrews on bye this week, so that could be a bad one. We'll see. I mean, he's probably in the lineup anyways because Higbee's been pretty solid this year, but yikes.
call me crazy, but we're gonna be coming back to this at the end of the week. I
Yeah.
honestly
So,
would give Gino
Gino?
or
Gino.
Rogers a start over Kyler. Not gonna lie.
Gino in the London game.
Gino's
Give
been
him
really
a
good.
shot.
Gino has been
And
good.
Kyle plays the Rams. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think I'd play Gino. I would also probably play Singletary over Clyde.
Yeah, the thing
Clyde's
with the
been bad.
Chiefs running backs, you just can't trust any of them. They run like almost 4 running backs. They've been doing Clyde,
Mhm.
Pacheco, McKinnon, freaking Hardman's been back there. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Hardman's out, if Tony gets some carries this week. Like,
Yeah.
they run almost 4 running backs every week. That it's just tough.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, Clyde's been terrible this week or the past few weeks, but they play the Jags. I could see them getting up to a big lead and sticking Pacheco in there for a good chunk of time. I know Pacheco's not necessarily the backup, but he's probably the one they want to get the most touches to in games that don't
Yeah,
matter.
the Chiefs' last 2 games was Clyde's season low in carries.
Yeah.
So
It's tough to trust a guy like that.
yeah, 4 carries.
So, Lane's got life here. He needs some of his guys to pop off though, because Lane's roster is pretty boom bust, and I wouldn't trust it honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Daddy's back in this one.
Yeah.
Although is Daddy really
Is
back?
Daddy? We'll find out after this week if Daddy is truly back.
Yes, I agree.
And now we've got the highlight of the week right here, Preston and Mike, with we talked about it already.
Diet, don't need it.
So we've got, as Brandon called it, the Mahomes and Tyreek stack on Mike's side. Saquon's back, Debo's back. I thought I saw that Zeke was banged up. Yeah, limited in practice today. He'll probably play, right?
I'm the lineup.
Ooh, yeah, Kyle Pitts. Yep. Oh, because Likely's on bye. That's why.
Yeah.
Seeing
I'm
Lemon's
surprised Taysom was on.
team with all these guys in it just sounds so scary. Like coming into
Yeah.
the season, if you would have heard Mahomes, Tyreek, Debo, Saquon, Zeke, Pitts, you would have been like, "What?"
Shaking in your
How
boots.
many
I would
teams
have
are
been
in
thinking,
this
oh, Saquon and Zeke, that's tough. But
Yeah, that's fair.
Saquon is Saquon.
Yeah, Saquon's been great. Zeke's been okay. He's been
league? Juju's
banged up and all
been
that.
playing really well these last few weeks. 12
Mhm.
targets last week.
Yeah. True.
Hmm.
This will be a pretty good one. Chuba's on
Clemens
the
is a
bench.
scary team.
Thielen, yeah. Manthai's got the Goff, man, because Burrow's on bye this week.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting to see what we get from Aaron Jones this week.
If
for
anything.
Manthai, yeah.
Chubb. Has Lockett still been doing his thing? Yeah, it looks like it. Lockett's had a pretty solid year. Mike Evans. Which version of Tampa we get in London this week, I guess. Kittle's back.
Mhm.
CD in the flex. Respect that. Yeah. CD is probably going to torch Green Bay, if I'm going to be honest. Unless Jair's on him all day, but we don't like to play man, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one. I this is a tough one for me to call, honestly. I think I have to take Lemons just because of Mahomes,
Yeah, for me,
Tyreek,
it's no
Debo,
question.
Saquon.
I gotta go Lemons as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be Lemons.
The 8-1
Sorry,
team.
Manti.
Yeah, which is actually going to be
Manti is-
huge for me if that holds because I gotta get ahead of Preston in the standings.
You know, that's not true. I don't know how the playoffs. Is it what? Do the 1 and 2
Get a bye.
They get a bye.
buys? Okay, yeah, never mind.
3 versus 6, 4, 5, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess those are the matchups this week. We've got good luck to everybody except for Nick B. Greg doesn't need bad luck.
I'll still wish good luck to Greg.
Yeah, good luck, Greg. It's just Nick B and Cade this week. Oh, man. All right, well, thanks everyone for listening. Hope you guys have a good Thursday night football. You know, we got that blockbuster game. What is it? Who is it again?
Panthers Falcons.
Panthers Falcons.
Huge.
Oh boy. All right, well, thanks for listening in, everybody. Have a good week. See you next time.